Welcome to our exploration of one of the most enigmatic phenomena in psychology, the science of hypnosis and suggestion. I'm Dr. Eleanor Richards, and today we'll venture into the mysterious realm where consciousness bends and perception transforms. For centuries, hypnosis has captivated the human imagination, portrayed in entertainment as a mystical power to control minds. You might envision a swinging pocket watch and the whispered command, "You are getting very sleepy." But the reality of hypnosis is far more fascinating than fiction suggests, and far more scientifically grounded than many realize. The journey of hypnosis began in the 18th century with Franz Mesmer's theory of animal magnetism. The belief that an invisible fluid in the body could be manipulated by magnets or the hands of a skilled practitioner. Mesmer's theatrical sessions, though debunked by scientific commissions, inadvertently laid the groundwork for what would evolve into modern hypnosis. James Braid, a Scottish surgeon, later reframed the phenomenon as neurypnology, a neurophysiological state rather than a mystical one. What's baffling is how hypnosis has simultaneously existed in two worlds, the carnival sideshow and the clinical office, for over a century. This duality has both hindered scientific understanding and fueled persistent myths about what hypnosis truly is. So what exactly is hypnosis in scientific terms? Modern neuroscience defines hypnosis as an altered state of consciousness characterized by focused attention, reduced peripheral awareness, and enhanced response to suggestion. It's not sleep, nor is it unconsciousness, rather, it's a peculiar state of hyper-focused awareness. What's particularly intriguing is that not everyone is equally hypnotizable. About 10 to 15% of people are highly hypnotizable, while another 10 to 15% seem virtually immune to hypnotic induction. The rest of us fall somewhere in between. This trait, called hypnotic susceptibility, remains remarkably stable throughout life, similar to a personality trait. Brain imaging studies reveal something truly perplexing. During hypnosis, there are measurable changes in brain activity, particularly in regions involving attention, self-monitoring, and the integration of sensory information. The heart of hypnosis lies in the enigmatic power of suggestion, the ability of words and ideas to profoundly alter perception, sensation, and even physical responses. Suggestions come in various forms. Direct suggestions are straightforward commands. "Your arm is becoming lighter." Indirect suggestions are more subtle, often phrased as metaphors or stories. And post-hypnotic suggestions, perhaps the most baffling aspect, continue to influence behavior after the hypnotic state has ended. The enchanting aspect of suggestion is that it doesn't require formal hypnosis to work. We're constantly responding to suggestions in our daily lives. When a yawn spreads through a room, when reading about itching causes you to scratch, when the power of placebo heals through belief alone. What's thought-provoking is how suggestion intertwines with expectation. When we truly expect a particular outcome, our brains often create that very experience, a phenomenon that blurs the line between objective reality and subjective perception. Let's dive deeper into what happens in the brain during hypnosis. Functional MRI studies show something remarkable. Hypnosis isn't just psychological theater. It creates distinct neurological patterns. There's decreased activity in the anterior cingulate cortex, a region involved in conflict monitoring, and reduced functional connectivity in the default mode network, which governs self-awareness. Perhaps most captivating is what happens during hypnotic analgesia, when suggestion is used to reduce pain. The brain's pain matrix still registers the painful stimulus, but the subjective experience of suffering diminishes dramatically. This isn't pretending, it's a genuine neurobiological alteration of how pain is processed. EEG studies reveal enhanced theta wave activity during hypnosis, similar to patterns seen in deep meditation and certain sleep transitions, suggesting a unique neural signature for this mysterious state. What makes the science of hypnosis particularly valuable is its remarkable clinical applications. Perhaps most established is hypnotic analgesia, the ability to dramatically reduce pain through suggestion. Rigorous studies show hypnosis can reduce pain by 30 to 40% in susceptible individuals, comparable to moderate doses of morphine, but without side effects. For patients with anxiety disorders and phobias, hypnotherapy offers a pathway to access and reframe unconscious associations. What's fascinating is that hypnotic intervention often succeeds where traditional cognitive approaches fail, particularly with deeply rooted fears that defy rational analysis. Hypnosis has shown promise in treating conditions ranging from irritable bowel syndrome to smoking addiction. The ability to access and influence automatic physiological processes, typically beyond conscious control, reveals the profound connection between mind and body. However, not all applications of hypnosis stand on solid scientific ground. Few areas have generated more controversy than hypnotic memory retrieval. The perplexing truth is that hypnosis can actually increase confidence in false memories rather than improving accuracy. This led to tragic miscarriages of justice during the recovered memory movement of the 1980s and 90s. Past life regression, while captivating, remains scientifically unvalidated. The vivid memories produced are better explained through cryptomnesia, the unconscious recycling of forgotten information from books, movies, or brief encounters. The science cautions us. Hypnosis is a powerful tool, but not a truth serum or a time machine to access perfectly preserved memories. What determines why some people enter hypnotic states easily while others remain impervious to suggestion? Hypnotic susceptibility appears to be partly heritable. Twin studies suggest a genetic component of approximately 30 to 40%. Certain personality traits correlate with hypnotizability, particularly absorption, the capacity to become fully immersed in experiences. Scientists have developed rigorous measures of hypnotic susceptibility, such as the Stanford and Harvard scales. These involve standardized suggestions and objective scoring of responses, from simple ideomotor effects like arm levitation to complex hallucinations and amnesia. The concept of hypnotic depth remains enigmatic. Rather than a single continuum, it may involve multiple dimensions. Different people might access different aspects of the hypnotic experience. The enchanting power of suggestion extends far beyond formal hypnosis. Social psychologists have documented how subtly worded questions can implant false memories. In one haunting study, participants were convinced they'd been lost in a shopping mall as children, an event that never occurred simply through suggestion and guided imagination. Nocebo effects, the dark counterpart to placebo, demonstrate how negative suggestions can create real symptoms and suffering. Patients told a procedure might cause pain typically experience more discomfort than those not given such warnings. Perhaps most thought-provoking is how cultural suggestions shape our experience. The same alcoholic drink produces different levels of intoxication in different cultural settings, depending on what people expect to feel. As we conclude our journey into the science of hypnosis and suggestion, what mysteries remain? Despite significant advances, we still lack a unified theory explaining the neurobiological mechanisms of hypnotic states. The subjective experience of hypnosis, what it feels like from the inside, remains as perplexing as consciousness itself. Current research frontiers include investigating how hypnosis might enhance other therapeutic approaches, exploring individual differences in hypnotic responding at the genetic and neurological levels, and developing more precise brain imaging techniques to map the hypnotic state. What's clear is that hypnosis has transcended its controversial past to become a legitimate tool in medicine and psychology. It offers a window into the extraordinary flexibility of human consciousness and the profound power of mind-body connections. As we've seen throughout this lecture, the true mystery of hypnosis isn't about mind control or magical powers. It's about the astonishing capacity of the human mind to transform subjective experience through the power of focused attention and belief. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of one of psychology's most captivating phenomena.